What's going on, guys? It's Schultz, and this is basically just a story time about the time that I got assaulted in jail. But before we talk about that, I do want to talk about this small giveaway. It is 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate for Xbox, and to be entered into the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment on this video, and in 1 week, I will be picking somebody to get it. So back in 2020, in about May, I actually worked at my county jail. We had two different jails. We had a downtown jail and a jail kind of a little bit further away, almost outside of the city. And when this happened, I was at the jail outside of the city. And it was in the solitary area. And the way it worked is we had a long hallway leading down to solitary, and then two side hallways. And we had up to like 30 solitary cells. But every night, whoever was working solitary had to go in and clean all the cells, like bring mop bucket, cleaning supplies, stuff like that. And so I wasn't actually in solitary because I was on overtime, so I was they just call it like a roamer, and that's generally what they would do to people on overtime if you were the only one on overtime. So the way overtime worked was if they had to have a minimal amount of guards at any given point just to run the facility. It was just protocol, like that's how they had to do it. So I was roamer, and I was just kind of walking around the facility. Like, as a roamer, you're an extra body, essentially. But I was walking around wherever they would need me, I would go. Like, if I had to go pick up papers or go to certain areas to relieve guards for breaks, that's what I would do. And I went to solitary because they were about to clean the cell, and we had an inmate at the time. I don't remember his last name, but his first name was Kyle. So we had this inmate, and his name was Kyle. He was actually from a group home because he was mentally retarded. And he was very short, but he was really, like, this isn't just like a rude thing. Like, he was actually really strong. Like, I remember one time, like, we had to move him to a different solitary cell one time because he kept kicking the door open of another solitary cell because he didn't want to be in it.
One enemy remaining.
That's how strong he was. And these are like 2-inch thick steel doors with magnet bolts. So he was ridiculously strong. And so basically, like, while he was in jail, because of his mental illness, I don't think he ever really understood why he was there. He was there just for, like, hitting somebody else in a group home. And they had to report it because, like, those are their legal rules. But while he was there, he always tried to leave. Like, he didn't want to be in a solitary cell. And it was kind of sad, honestly. Like, he would always try and hug guards or, like, hold their hands when they were walking him. It was just a sad situation for somebody like that. So when I actually walked over to solitary, he was already in handcuffs because they had to handcuff him and sit him down so he wouldn't try and leave. And he didn't want to give the handcuffs back to the guard at the time. So I walked in, I talked to him a little bit, I managed to get the handcuffs back, and he tried to walk out of the cell with us. He tried to walk out of the cell with us. I turned around, I walked him back in, and I told him he couldn't leave, and tried to just keep him there. He did not like that. He started punching me. He punched me like 3 times, and I grabbed him, I made him face the wall, and we laid him, me and the other guard, like, kind of took him to his bunk and laid him down on it.
Enemy removed.
I was trying to be as gentle as I could with him, but he was a really strong motherfucker. I tried to lay him down, like, we tried to lay him on the bunk as gently as we could, but he started to fight back. Like, he was a really strong fucking guy. After we got out of the cell, I had to go to the control room and write a report on what happened. Because I was assaulted and there was a use of force on an inmate, we had to write a report legally. And my lieutenant had ended up walking in, or not my lieutenant, the lieutenant on duty had ended up walking in, and he was supposed to ask me if I wanted to press charges, but he looked me dead in the eyes from across the room and yelled, "Jolts, do you want to press charges on a retard?" I ended up getting the report done and everything was fine. And like 5 hours later, I was back in solitary, and I don't remember why I was there. There was like a move that had to happen, but I ended up walking past Kyle's cell, and he knocked on the window, looked me dead in the eyes, said, "I hit you," and then started laughing. But the way he said it, like, I don't want to repeat it, but he said it with like that Down syndrome voice. So it wasn't. It was funny. It made me mad, but it was funny. But yeah, that was the only time I was assaulted as a jail guard. And I have a lot of different stories from that job that I can talk about, and I'll probably make more videos about them.
And I need a recharge.
That's pretty much been it. And remember, if you guys want to be entered into the giveaway, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be picking in 1 week. It's been Jolts. Later.